Hey, what's up guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Today we are going to build a Gyroflow compatible data logger. Quite honestly, I've been wanting to do this, but I've been so busy at work, and it was only today that I decided to build it. It's because it is actually a holiday here in the US. I don't think I will have to build a new one because we already have two here that are working. However, I'm still going to show a wiring diagram which will actually help you on how you should wire this, right? Definitely you will need an ESP32-C3-01M, and then also the gyro module, which is this one, BMI 160. I will include links in the description of this video, and also include all the images, specifically the wiring that I use for this. And quite honestly, it's not me who made this project, who started this project. It was actually Vladimir. I met him at Discord, specifically in the Gyroflow channel, and he helped me. Okay, and this is the first one that I built, so it's working. But they were wondering why the logger was actually smooth, and it's because of this. So it is required not to mount the gyro inside something like a TPU material. The best way is, for example, like this. I'll have to rebuild my GoPro session mount. So the best way is to mount. Let me see, give me 1 second. I should have prepared this earlier. I don't want to get hurt. I haven't replaced the glass yet. I broke the glass in California. Alright, so the best way to mount or to use the gyro module is to actually mount it, like hard mount it like that. Okay? It should be like that. So what I'll have to do next time is to create a new GoPro mount, and then I will have to make a kind of like a square opening there where I'll be able to put this on like that. Alright, so that's not required for today's project. I'm just mentioning it because I learned from the Gyroflow developers that the BMI 160 must be hard mounted like this. And the reason why I'm building this is because the gyro data that gets generated by the GoPro Session 5 is actually not useful or doesn't work at all. So this Gyroflow DIY logger actually works quite well, and thank you Vladimir for building this. This is the ESP32 C3-01. It's got 4 meg flash, and then this is the BMI 160. Alright, so the requirements are okay, let's step back a little. So there will be 3 phases of this video. of this post. Okay, I've already discussed the first page, which is discussing what this thing is about, why we need to build a Gyroflow compatible data logger, and then I also mentioned about where to buy this stuff, which I will include in the description of this video, and then why the the gyro chip must not be soft mounted like what I did. And then also you'll need a USB cable that you can actually that you don't use anymore, because we will use this to actually flash this thing that we will build. Alright, so the second phase would be the wiring, and then the third phase of this post would be how to actually configure this so that we can use it during our flight. And maybe if I have time, we can also use the data that it will actually generate with Gyroflow and with our video. But it's kinda quite cold right now outside, so I don't know if I'll be able to fly and use this one. Okay, and oh yeah, this 2 extra wires actually goes to the flight controller's 5V pad, and this is just the negative wire, or the ground. Positive, the red, which we usually know. Black should be the ground, but I didn't have any extra wire, so I used white. And then this is actually USB cable that connects to our laptop, and we will be using a tool called ESP tool, and we will flash it with the project that Vladimir created. This is a Wi-Fi module, and we will connect to this using Wi-Fi. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how I wired this, and then I'm gonna explain why it's wired that way, why we have to do it using this, and then finally this one. Alright, so at the back of the BMI 160, you'll see here VIN, which is the 5 volts pad, 3 volts pad, ground, SCL, and SDA. We will need the SCL and SDA for the data transfer later, okay? And then on the ESP32C301M board, this one requires 3.3 volts. This is the ground. And for flashing, we will be using those 2 top pads, GP19 and GP18. Okay, so GP19, you will have to connect the green wire from your USB cable, so it's gonna be like this. Okay, GP19 and then GP18, yeah, like that. I'm not sure if you can see it. I have a diagram that I can superimpose on this video, like that, right? Yep. And then this wire here, which is red, is the 5 volts. You don't solder it here. You don't. You will ruin this board. You will ruin the ESP32 board. Where you hook it, where you solder it to or on, is on the VIN pad on the BMI 160. Yeah, that's VIN. Below the VIN is 3.3 volts. And then that's where you actually hook. Yeah, this is out, and then you power the ESP32 board. So 3.3 goes to that 3.3 here, and then the ground goes into the ground, and then the SCL goes to GP6, and then SDA goes to GP7. And then this, again, this is 5 volts. We will solder it here to the VIN port, to the VIN pad. And then that one, the black, which is ground, can either be soldered here or on the BMI ground pad. Okay, so what else? These are the stuff that you need, and then we don't need this because this is just another one that's working. This is another product that I use for my quad. I'm thinking of using this for my newly built custom 2.5 inch quad. I built this and it's got my name on it, and this is now a real carbon fiber frame which was cut by CNC Madness. Flies really well, I love it. So I'm gonna maybe hook it up here, mount it here. Okay, that's the board, and you'll have to mount it there, right? Okay, anyways, let's not talk about that scene whoop. Let's focus in this project. So again, we have discussed the wiring and all the stuff, and now we are going to flash it with the important firmware to these boards, right? So okay, let's solder it now, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. So we are now going to solder the USB cable, the one that we prepared earlier, the one that you found, to the board that we are building. Okay, so I'll start first with soldering the 5 volts wire from the USB to the VIN pad on the, how do you call this, on the BMI board. Okay, done. Alright, so there you go guys. So we have soldered the data plus, data negative, alright, to GP19 and to GP18 on the ESP32 board. And on the BMI board, it's the VIN pad coming from the V plus from this USB cable. Alright, so if you look here, this is how you check. Make sure I usually don't follow the color. I don't rely on the color coding. I usually test to make sure it is correct. So looking at this side where the opening is on top, you can actually Google. The pad on the left is ground, the pad on the rightmost is 5 volts, and the two in the middle, specifically the left one, is data plus, and then the one to the right is data minus. So all you have to do is to use a Now that we have completed wiring the USB cable to the two boards, the BMI and ESP, let's start flashing them. So we need the tools. We need to download the ESP tool as well as the logger that Vladimir created, the ESP gyro logger. Okay, I will actually won't use this version because I have already installed ESP tool via app cache, so it's already installed here. Yeah, it's already installed, and I'm on Debian, and I installed it using app app apt-get. But I'm gonna show you how I search for it first. So yep, and then all I have to do is to sudo, because you have to be root to install the apt-get install, and then ESP-tool, and then you press enter. So which is actually used to find out where the binary is installed. Which ESP-tool. Okay, the binary is in user bin, and it's got the executable bit, and normally that's already executable after you install it. And yeah, it's pointing to this file. It's a symbolic link as seen here. All right. Anyways, what we need to do next is, for you can download, yeah, this is the link, and then you click actions, and then where am I at? Oh, this is the ESP-tool. Sorry, I thought I was in the project that Vladimir created. So in ESP-tool, just have to go back here, just the main page, and then you'll find here the tool. It explains how to download it. Okay. And then let's see, maybe it's actually also here. Let's see, documentation, and then releases. Normally it's in releases, right? How come it's not seen here? Remaining build ESP-tool. What happened? Yeah, ESP-tool releases. Yeah, this is the path. I don't know how to get here though. Releases. But anyways, this is the link where you will download the ESP-tool, so you can download the version for Linux. But for me, I'd rather use apt-get on Debian-based Linux or distros, and you can use Yum or RPM for Red Hat base. And then, or you can compile it from Tarball. So this is a Tarball version. And for Mac, you just have to use this version, Mac OS. And then for Windows, you just download this zip file. All right, so since ESP-tool is already installed on my machine, what I just need to do is download the firmware that Vladimir created. So let's go back here, and then you'll see here, yeah, the main page, and then to get to the firmware, you actually click actions, and then I usually go and download the latest commit, and this was the latest commit about 10 hours ago. All right, so I'll click this commit message, and then from here you'll see, yeah, two files. My board, if you recall earlier, it is an ESP32-C3-01M. And here on the left side, there's a lot of zip. Okay. Let's download this version now, and then we'll see it here later. Okay, it's being downloaded. Okay, I was trying it earlier, so yeah, this is it. Okay, let's create a directory. You can name the directory anything you like, and then I'll just move this file to the directory so it's cleaner. So we've downloaded the zip file, and then let's unzip it. We will find the firmware inside it. So yeah, these are the firmware, And then he also included the command that we need to run, readme. Okay, it's in the readme file. And then com12 is normally a label created under Windows operating system. In Linux, it's different. It is named, it's devices, serial devices, and other devices are created in the /dev directory. So that's how the labels are created. So now, watch these last lines that I highlighted, okay? Or maybe let's do it this way. Tail minus M and last 10 lines, okay? Right, last 10 lines. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the board that we built earlier where we soldered the USB cable. So I'm gonna connect it now to my machine's USB port. Okay, so it's now connected. Let's run this command again. See this line? That's the new serial device that got created after hooking up the BMI and ESP32 board. Okay, so it means our wiring is correct. So that device would be /dev ttysm. So we will have to use this device. All right. So let's head back to the downloads folder where we unzip all the files, and then let's run cat readme again so we can remember the command that we need to execute. So this port com12 will be replaced by this device. Okay. I remember doing this last month and it failed, so I had to use my laptop, which is Mac, and I did the same thing. And I think the name of the device in Mac is /dev ttys0, like this. Yeah, like that. So I don't know what's wrong with my Linux, why it's unable to flash it, but let's try flashing it. And I don't have to include this because that period and / refers to the current directory, and we don't have any ESP tool in this directory. Yeah, right. It's not here, right? And ESP tool is actually in user bin, if I recall correctly. So it's in user bin, and then it's also in the path. So I don't have to specify the absolute path. Okay. So user bin is here. So that means we'll be able to run ESP tool. Yeah, like that. All right, perfect. So, okay, let's execute the readme again, and then we are going to flash the firmware now. And then again, what was our device? TTYM0. Yeah, that one, right? So ESP tool -- port, and then the serial device where the board is connected. And then let's just highlight this. Bin loader file is actually in this directory. So make sure you're in the right path. All right, so let's highlight this. And then paste it. Yeah, so again, take a look at the command. That's how it works. And I don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe it's gonna work because I've rebooted this box about 3 days ago. Maybe there was some issue before. Anyways, let's try it. It's connecting. Yeah, it looks like it's timing out. So I'll have to make another video. Right timeout C. Yeah, I don't know why. What's going on? Maybe it's a bot setting. So I'm going to create another video now, but using my laptop. So I still would like to show this recording because I'm pretty sure it's gonna help others who are using Linux. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe I should try another. I should tail. Okay. File flashing. What's that? Failed. The file contains no playable streams. Oh, it's being played. That's kind of weird. Maybe that could be the problem. What's this? File. Why is it being played? Playable streams. Who's playing it? See? Something's being tracker extract. What the hell is tracker extract? No, nothing. File contains no playable. I'm not playing it. Maybe somebody opened, some binary opened this file. This is why it's. Anyways, let's stop this now and then let's head to my Mac OS laptop. Okay, guys, I finally got it to work. So the culprit was actually the ESP tool that I installed with apt-get, the one that comes with the Debian repo. I didn't know it was bad. Maybe it's an old version. So what I did is I went to the documentation of ESP tool, which is this site, and then I read this, and then I went inside the detailed instructions because I need to install the dependencies, right? So I had to run this command. Let's look at the last commands that I ran. Tail minus last 5 or last 10. So I ran pip install ESP tools. Let's go here. Okay, and then I also ran, it says here setup tools is a requirement. So I ran pip install setup tools, which is this one. And then I executed this command to find out if the tool will actually start fine. Because the other one that I downloaded specifically from some website, when I ran it, it was actually looking for glibc library. But this time, yeah, it works. So now, yeah, this one is the one that I actually installed earlier. This one is bad. So anyways, let's run the command now with the one that will detect the chip ID. This has been timing out, right? Now it's not timing out. It's able to detect my chip. So we can go ahead and flash the chip now. I'm still on Linux, all right? This is really good. So guys, forget about installing ESP tool using either DPKG or apt-get. Okay, or if your Debian distro is actually a newer version, it should work. I am on 10, and what Debian version is it now? Let's see, maybe 12. Version download. Oh, it's 11 now. Yeah. So most likely the package that is included with version 10 of ESP tool does not support this board. All right. Anyways, let's run the command again, the one that will flash the firmware. Yeah, this files. So the command that we were executing earlier is, yeah, this one. But then we have to make use of the Python version. This one, this version. So pour, then we'll copy these command. And then we'll fix it. There you go. It's working. Finally, that was really tough. Okay, done. It's done. Yeah, it works. All right, let's confirm if the pressing of the button is actually required. I don't remember if I press it or not. Okay, let me remove it from my computer again. I'm referring to the USB cable, and then we will run this command again. All right. Okay, 1 second. Okay, remove cables removed, but I'm not gonna press the button. Okay, it is. I've connected the USB cable, and then we'll run this command again. Oh yeah, it still works. So pressing of the button is not required. All right, you don't need to solder it. So that means I just have an old version of ESP tool. So I'm gonna uninstall that now before I get confused next time, because I have another extra BM160 and ESP32 board here that I will have to flash. All right, so let's uninstall ESP tool because that will definitely confuse me. So app remove, no, app get. Is it app get remove? Remove ESP tool. Yeah, that's the command. So, and then we will run the one that we installed with Python to make sure we did not break it, because right now I'm uninstalling so many libraries. Yeah, still works. Awesome. All right, guys. So the next thing we need to do is configure the Wi-Fi settings, and you will see how the gyro works. The gyro module data logger works. Thank you. Alrighty guys, so we have completed the wiring. We also have fixed the ESP tool issue. We got rid of the ESP tool that was installed with apt-get, and I had to use the pip command to install the dependencies as well as the specific tool, ESP tool. And now what we need to do is we need to configure the ESP32 board, specifically the pin settings. If you recall, the SDA and SCL pads, we need to configure them on the Wi-Fi board. So right now it's not connected to the Wi-Fi board, the ESP32 board. I'm gonna power up the battery pack so it will power the board, the ESP32 board, and it comes up with ESP32 something named Wi-Fi hotspot. So let's wait. Maybe it takes about like 20 seconds. Where is that Wi-Fi? Here. There you go. It took about 20 seconds. All right, I'm gonna click it, and the default password of this is 1234567 okay, and then we should be connected. I'm not used to the Momentary version of Mac. Okay, we're connected. So let's open up a terminal, iTerm. All right, so I have config, and then let's check if we we're able to acquire an IP address from the DHCP service from that Wi-Fi board. Yes, we did. This is our laptop's IP now. So the default IP address of the Wi-Fi board is 192.168.4.1. Okay, that is it. So right now, yeah, this could be my old setting from September. Let's delete it. We don't need that. So this is how it looks like by default, and you'll see here data. We need to go to the settings so we can configure the SDA and SCL ports. If you recall, back in the diagram that I shared earlier, SDA was connected to GPIO pin 7. So we'll put 7 here, and then the SCL pin is GPIO 6. And then you click apply, and then for it to take effect, you'll have to turn off the Wi-Fi board again. So I'm gonna turn it off, and then I don't know how long it takes. I keep on clicking this weird thing here, this volume. All right, it's disconnected. All right, disconnected. So we won't be able to reach it right now because it's disconnected. So it's trying to hunt down. Maybe it's it connected to my local Wi-Fi here at home. So I'm gonna turn it back on. Okay, turned on the battery pack, and then let's see if it's up. I don't know. So let's see. Okay, looks like it's up. That was quick, less than 10 seconds. Yeah, it's up. So ping is a command that is used to test if a host IP is actually alive. So it's alive. Yeah, it's alive. Okay, let's head back here. So let us refresh. Yeah, it works. Okay. Oh, we got some data now. Nice. So now we are going to record using this button, and you can actually also access the Wi-Fi board from your phone if, let's say, you're out in the field. It's the same thing. You configure the Wi-Fi settings on your phone and you hook it up to the ESP hotspot. Yeah, you'll see the same. All right. So let's click record, and then I'm gonna start moving the board physically, or manually. So I'm shaking the board now, and you'll start seeing some data here. Yeah, it's populated. Okay. And then let me delete some old files that I had back then. Answers.gcsv. Okay, so now let me keep on moving the board. What I'm just doing is shaking the USB cable where the BMI 160 is connected. I'm just shaking it lightly, so it's generating some data. Yeah, so there you go. So let me stop it now. And also, this is for calibration. This circle thing here is for calibration. I don't know how to use it. Well, we can try it later. All right, so we've stopped it, and then let's download it. Okay, and then it is a Gyroflow comma separated value file. Cancel. I don't think it's a binary. Let's use VI. Yeah, there you go. So it's just a comma separated value file. Cool, works. And this is the file that you will import from the Gyroflow software, along with the video that you captured during the flight. And then I forgot how to actually sync the gyro data and also the video. But I remember this is what I did. So I configured my phone, right? And then after configuring the phone with the Wi-Fi hotspot of the ESP log, I open up this website, this web page on my phone, and then I made sure that when I tap this icon, I also tap my GoPro Session 5 recording button at almost at the same time. So that way, when I import it, they're actually almost in sync. However, there's another way, there's another solution that Vladimir created. I think it talks to GoPro cameras. So there is a button that you can add to the BMI 160 board. Sorry, there's a button that you can add. I mean, you have to solder a button, a momentary button on the ESP32, and what it does is the ESP32 acts kind of like a Bluetooth client, and it talks to a GoPro camera, and it tells it to start. Yeah, I think it's cool. I have not tried it yet. Maybe you can visit his GitHub page and see if he has documented it, or maybe also visit the Gyroflow Discord channel. He's there. I forgot his name, something like Vipin, something like that. It's on my Linux machine. Alrighty guys, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'm pretty sure this tutorial is very detailed. And if you guys have any questions, please don't forget to put a comment, and it would be really awesome if you can hit the like button and subscribe. Alrighty, thank you guys. Later.